4.
Welcome, friends, to Golf is a 4-letter word. Approaching the tee box now, your host, Craig Dufton.
Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Dufton, and welcome to our new podcast here at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, high atop Two Guys Smoke Shop in Salem, New Hampshire. I'm your host, Craig Dufton, as Ben, our great producer, just told you, so a little redundant there, but I'm welcoming my partner in crime, Janine, my wife, Janine Dufton, and a good friend of ours and fellow Duffer is Nate Anzac. He's going to join us for a couple of times every now and then. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning all.
So I wanted to share with you guys big news this weekend. Caddyshack, 40-year anniversary of the movie. So we've got a great time to start our podcast. There we go over there.
Thumbs up.
Live in the studio. We're going to get your favorite quote or your favorite part of the movie later on. I know you can't really remember quotes too much, but we'll get one from Ben too, because I know Ben's got one too. We've already got some on our Facebook page, so like us on our Facebook page, and then we're going to get into what we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks, where we're going to be visiting, how we're going to be doing this, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So the first thing I wanted to give you is a definition of the word golf, a game in which a player, using special clubs, attempts to sink a ball with as few strokes as possible into each of the 9 or 18 successive holes on a course.
Thank you for using that word, attempts.
Yeah. Sounds quite simple, doesn't it? And then you watch it on TV and you're like, oh, yeah, those guys,
I can do that.
God, yeah, this is so easy. So Janine is a new golfer, so I thought she would be a great perspective over the next few weeks to show you guys what it's like to be a new golfer in this day and age, and the age of COVID and the age of wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, being 6 feet apart, and, you know, all of the stuff that's changing in our world. And it's just been crazy. So what do you think about golf so far? Have you enjoyed the times you've played?
I've played a couple times with Nate and his wife, Tracy, one of my best friends, and we just had a blast.
Excellent.
I'm very athletic, and I look forward to really learning how to play. And
I just bought her first set of clubs this week. They're on their way in.
I'm ready. I've been using his wife's clubs. So.
You were killing it.
Yeah.
She was quite frustrated with me, and she had lessons, and I was hitting it just as far.
She was hitting it right up.
Love you, Trace.
Yeah. Tracy's quite athletic too.
She's a great golfer.
Going to be
a little competitive.
You're great too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I've been playing golf since I was 22 years old. My dad introduced me to golf years ago. We played together all the time. We used to watch the Masters all the time. I miss him dearly on that part. You know, we'd watch the Open, we'd watch the Masters, we'd watch everything together. We had that camaraderie, and we always had a love of Tiger Woods, watching him succeed and then fail and then succeed and then fail. And you're like, oh my God, it's like actual golf. Like, you know, it sucks. Golf sucks sometimes. You're playing the game and you're like, this is the most frustrating game in the world. Then all of a sudden you make that shot and you're like, it's like a tuning fork, not to quote Tin Cup or anything, but a tuning fork goes off in your loins and you're like, oh my God, I just did the most incredible shot ever. And then the next thing you know, your next shot goes sideways.
You're like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Throwing your...
And you get so frustrated.
So in conclusion, why you love golf is because golf sucks sometimes.
Yes.
My favorite motto is everybody sucks at
The
golf.
voice of God. Did you guys hear that? Or was that me? Or was it? I love it. Ben, feel free to chime in anytime, because I know you're not a golfer, right? No. So we're gonna enlighten Ben to the world of golf and the frustrations that go along with it, because I'm sure you can mirror it with any sport, soccer, whatever you want. I mean, no matter how hard you try, you practice, and then you have that great round, and then the next time you go out there, you're like, oh my God! The best round I've ever shot was a 74 in my lifetime. At 74, real, not lying.
And you probably went out the next day. And thinking you were going to do it again.
Yeah, and I think the next time I golfed, I shot like 117.
Yeah.
So,
and then you were quitting and never golfing again.
Yeah, and I've quit golf. I've come back. I've gone and
selling my clubs, buying a new club.
So that's my background on golf. I love the game. I hate the game. I love the game, and then I hate the game, and I love the game again. So right now, I love the game, and I hope you all do too. And I hope you can tune into us every Sunday here at 10 a.m. to get our perspective on these beautiful courses that we're going to be visiting all throughout New England.
I'm excited.
Yes, it is going to be exciting. Why we came up with this podcast? You know, I mean, I loved this idea.
Passion.
Yeah, I loved this idea 2 years ago. I thought it was a great idea to sit here and talk about these beautiful golf courses that we have here in New England. I was a member of Campbell Scottish Highlands, is one of the places that we're going to be going in the next few weeks. A great golf course. I also joined over at Atkinson for a year, doing some stuff over there. There's some just beautiful golf courses that we're going to be visiting in the next few weeks. Going to go to North Conway Country Club, where I shot my 74, and I can guarantee you that that's not going to happen again.
Very nice course.
I'm gonna,
yeah,
Very
Nate,
nice
you've been to a lot of different courses too, right?
What's your favorite here in New Hampshire?
My favorite, well, I like the ones where you can be in the other fairway and nobody's going to be upset with you.
like Passaconaway. I played Passaconaway about a week ago, and I just was totally reminded of how it's been a while since I played there, so the trees are a lot higher than the last time I played. But when I played there before, it was like balls were coming in. You're like, you don't even know where they're coming from. They're just dropping out of nowhere.
Hard hat
like,
territory.
Pew, pew, pew. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I do.
I
Sounds like fun.
Crystal Springs is close. We go there. That's real nice. They've really improved that course.
I heard.
In the last 5 years.
Where's that?
In Haverhill.
Right in Haverhill.
Yep.
We're going to Atkinson. I'm close to.
Yep. That's a great. Atkinson is a great resort that we're going to check out. Not only they have a 18-hole golf course, but we're going to check out. They have a little par 3 9-hole golf course, and in the wintertime when snow's on the ground, we're going to go to their golf academy. I've already chatted with them.
We had so much fun doing that.
Hitting some golf balls, and we'll go inside and do their virtual golf inside, and maybe have a cocktail or two.
We did that for a couple months last year. It was so much fun.
Yeah, if you're inside, you probably should have a cocktail or two.
Yeah,
I was on a league in there couple of years.
You were?
A few years, yeah. And
that's cool.
Does that get competitive or?
It was as much fun as it was competitive. Of course, it's competitive because you're playing golf, but.
And there's another one in Wyndham we're going to check out. That's Club 14.
Oh, so we can do this all year long.
Yep, we are. I'm hoping we can do it all year long. It all depends on everybody out there and how much they enjoy this.
Can't wait to be a good golfer, a great golfer. Yeah.
All right, practice.
Yep.
So how do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Practice.
Yep. So we're going to go not just New Hampshire, but we're going to go to Massachusetts. We're going to go to Maine.
Vermont.
Good friend of ours is a pro up in Vermont. We're going to go up there for the weekend, and
that'd be a nice trip.
Yep. Peter Finnegan. Shout out to my friend Peter Finnegan out there.
And Carla.
I hope everything's going well. Yep.
Carla's pretty great too at golf.
Absolutely. She was played NCAA golf, and he's been a pro forever. Quick story on Peter. He was a pro in Hawaii, on the Big Island of Hawaii, and unfortunately had to leave Hawaii because he was allergic to volcanic ash. And did you know?
Perfect job of a lifetime.
Did you know that it's a very common thing for humans to be allergic to volcanic ash, but we're just not around volcanoes all the time. So when you get allergic to it,
go suck on a volcano and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to go near a volcano.
He
if
had
I don't
the perfect job of his lifetime. You see?
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Leave.
So, it happens. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff has happened.
You have a lot of great friends that are pros. Pro golfers.
Yeah, Tony Zadunko, Ian Wilkins. I'm going to be hooking up with all those people. Hopefully, we're going to get those people on. Joanne Flynn is a good friend of ours. She's going to be on the show. Hopefully next week we'll have her on, and maybe via Zoom, or if she wants to come in here and social distance from us, that would be great. I wanted to talk to you now about what we're going to do when we go to the golf course. What we're going to talk about, or how we're going to rate the golf course. We're going to give it a rating. We're going to go from like 1 to 100, right? And we're going to talk about the ease of getting a tee time. First of all, how easy is it going to be for me to call up and get a tee time? And I'm assuming it's going to be just as easy or just as hard for you. And we're not going to be critical of any of these golf courses. I mean, the last thing that I want to do is put down hardworking people that have been.
It must be different now, too.
I mean, it's so different. It's so hard. I mean, everybody's trying their best to do whatever they can, getting everybody back out there again. Like I played at Pease yesterday, and it was packed. There was just people everywhere. So they're getting back busy. And everybody's getting busy again. So it's great, and I'm really, really happy for all of our local courses because they need it. But we're going to talk about the course layout, course conditions. How nice is the course? How are the greens in good shape? Are the fairways in good shape? We're going to talk about that stuff, and we're going to talk about how long it takes us to play 18 holes, regardless of whether or not it's because we are terrible at it, or you can be terrible and play a round in 4.5 hours.
Yes,
and then you can be terrible and play a round in 6.5 hours. So, we're going to talk about the difference between those two. All right, and we're going to talk about the staff. The people that we engage with every time we go there. Are they friendly? or are they angry and they're irritated? You know, I mean, we don't want people who we want to focus on people who shine. So that's what we're going to focus on. And again, like I said,
Positivity.
we're not going to be critical of these golf courses. We know how hard it is to run a business. But most importantly, we're going to talk about the 19th hole. Because we're going to go there afterwards. We're going to enjoy a cocktail, get some food if
We're
they have
going to
some
rate
food.
cocktails and food too.
We could, yeah. Why not?
That's a great idea.
I think
Yeah.
that the three of us are very
All right.
qualified as professionals to rate cocktails.
Yes.
Tracy-
And maybe
Tracy's
even
out of there,
food.
too.
We could try food, but
Yeah, we'll get Tracy's like mystery.
get her on
We'll
here
get Tracy's
someday.
mystery take. We'll put like a shadow box picture of Tracy up there.
Yeah.
So like,
hopefully they have gluten-free.
yes.
Yes, that'll be
We
a
will
big
report in
factor.
for gluten-free people.
We need gluten-free.
So we'll also have the shot of the round, if there is a shot of the round.
The
Not quite sure.
liquor shot of the round.
That too.
Okay.
And then we're also going to have the bad lie of the round. Not just like, hey, I got a 6 when you really got an 8. Bad
no,
lie.
that might be me.
But we're going to have the like outrageous, like, where did your ball land and you had to play it from that. And we're going to film that. I'm going to email those over to Ben, and Ben's going to be laughing his ass off when he sees where balls go. The other day we were at Passaconaway. This guy hits a great shot, a little bit left, went off the fairway, goes into, there's a line of trees, and there's this one branch that was hanging down, and it was hanging down all the way down to the ground, and his ball was like right in the middle of it. And he had to stand inside of the branch. I wish I had filmed it. He had to stand inside the branch. It was Dave. I'm going to have Dave on our show. David's a great guy. And he's like, he played a great shot out of there.
Say,
But
how
he's
do you
like,
do?
he goes, out of all the places, like, to not cut branches, like everything around the tree was trimmed and beautiful, right? And there's this branch hanging down, and his ball was right in the middle of it.
Those are the shots you remember, though.
Yeah.
Those really
But
tough
I remember
lies.
it. I don't remember anything else that went on at Passaconaway that day, but I remember that shot
Yeah.
because it was a blast.
Yep.
That's fun.
Those are definitely the
And
ones you
yesterday, I'm
remember.
playing a peas on the first hole. I hit my second shot. It goes over to the right. There's a stone wall, and there's all these beautiful, like, old farm. You know how those farm walls, like those, what do they call those, King James walls that
Have
they
you been
have,
there?
right? And then there's this one big rock that was like 4 feet away from the wall, and there's my ball behind the
course.
freaking rock. Like, I'm like, really? Nobody from the
Nobody's
maintenance,
making that
nobody
shot.
from
First-
maintenance is putting this rock back into the wall.
That
There's
was
a
your
huge
first shot?
spot. Yeah, it was my
It's like,
second
oh,
shot.
good. This is how my day's
So I had to
gonna
go like blink around it, and I'm like 3.
Those
you know?
great shots, you see it go, and you're like, oh, that's going to be nice. Got some distance. And then it lands on one of those crap spots.
Yeah. And my favorite is the.
What about when you can't find your ball?
Oh well,
I've done that a few times.
that happens. We're gonna
Where's my
talk about
Kind
how
of a
many.
regular thing.
We'll talk about how many balls Janine loses every time she's playing too. We'll do guess how many balls she lost.
Hopefully
Oh,
that-
that's a good little segment.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess how many
Guess how
balls.
many
See if I
balls.
can improve over the weeks.
Listen, they make more. That's the great part. Just think of it as you're stimulating the economy at like $1.80 a time every time you lose a ball. So you're good.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Everything all right
for the
over there,
challenge.
Nate?
Yeah, you know, just clearing the throat.
Oh, it's early morning, folks. Everything's good. Ben, what do you think so far? How are we doing? All right.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
It's a good setup to what you guys are going to be doing on the show on a weekly basis. I'm intrigued to see how some of these golf courses rate on your scale to 100
Yep.
and get some information about when I do actually make the plunge into the golf world
It's like
Awesome.
where
You
I
should
should
try
go.
that.
I feel
you're really
challenged
You're
myself.
really going to think really, really hard on that before you take the plunge. So
I've always watched golf. Me and my wife always watched it. Didn't start playing until probably 10 years after I started watching it. It's just been,
isn't it like you
How
sit
long
there-
have you been playing?
however bad. My daughters were 6, so 15 years probably.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Janine's
Tracy
been playing
also.
15
And then they
months,
started
so-
sports, so like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't play
That's
when
what
the kids
happened
are
to
in
Craig.
sports.
Yeah, that was me. I had a 10 handicap. I was playing great, and I had my 2 boys, and not that I regret any second of anything of that.
I think
but,
they would like
you
to
know,
golf too.
You know,
My daughter
Mitch
actually
and Jake would
golfed
be
with
great at it.
Whale
when
the
she
mic.
was young, and she could have been good, and then she went to softball, which was great too.
Yeah. Those athletes.
So-
yeah.
It's a great time in our life this weekend. It's a great time to have a podcast because Caddyshack, well, like we were talking about earlier, was 40 years that movie's been out. If
40
that
years.
doesn't
40
if that
years.
doesn't
Oh my
date
God.
all of us on the stage here today.
I didn't think I was watching that when I was 2.
I was just going to say how old I was, but no, I'm
You'd be
not.
negative 11. If you go by girl years, Janine would be negative
There you
11
go.
because they never get past 29. So
Aw,
Right, there you go.
there you
But
go. Points.
I can't even tell you how many times I've seen that movie, how many times I've made quotes
Oh,
and comments.
I love
and,
Bill Murray.
You know, from everywhere from the groundhog to the
To the lightning
to
strike.
Bill Murray to the bishop.
How many times have you been in your garden with some kind of gardening tool and
my
you just
God.
start taking it to the flowers, doing the Bill Murray speech?
When I was a kid, a lot
He
more
talks
than
with
I
a
did.
kind of a lisp, like a twisted lip.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well, the whole
He is
reason why I
hilarious.
saw it on PGA.com earlier, you know, they did a tribute to Bill Murray because he's obviously a huge golfer. He loves to play golf. He plays in
Oh, he does?
he plays in pro-ams all the time, and he's
Is he serious?
Oh,
He
yeah.
must be
He's
a
got his
jokester.
oh no, he's not
goofy
serious.
wear on.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch him play.
He's a good golfer, but he's not serious about it.
Right.
You know, that's the whole premise of our show. I think we could premise this whole show around the life of Bill Murray too, because you know, when you try to take this game seriously, man, you just got to
Well, I'm
you
sorry.
got to hang up your cleats and you got to put your clubs away because
I think of the Adam
Yeah.
Sandler movie.
yeah.
Get in the hole.
Yeah.
He's yelling
Happy
at the
Gilmore?
ball. Happy
Happy
Gilmore,
Gilmore,
yes. That movie
I
was
had a
pretty
few
funny.
moments of club throwing, but
We're gonna do some of those. We're
trying
gonna
to
do
get down on that.
Yeah, I've never done. Nobody out there has ever broken a club
I was
or
gonna
slammed
say,
a
breaking
club
a
or
club.
anything
No.
like that. If you want to share any of those moments with us too, if you're really, really into it,
Oh,
come,
on video too,
yeah,
right?
share it with us. Love to
My
know.
brother tells me the story of he was out golfing and some guy in a different group takes his whole bag, throws it in the pond, and then like 20 minutes later he comes back and digs his keys out of his bag.
Oh my God.
So he actually needed
Jackass.
that.
I'm looking forward to those stories because I only have one really
bet you
funny
there's a
one
lot of
where
them.
I was teeing off and it was a par 3 and the guys had just teed off before us. There were 2 guys in a golf cart. It was early in the morning. There was dew everywhere and it was at Trollbrook in Chelmsford, right? No. Trollbrook's in Drake. Sorry.
Drake. Yeah, there you go.
2 guys, so they tee off and they're flying in their cart. They get, because they know that they're running a little behind, and it's there. The tee box is up here. The golf course, the hole's down there. There's a big pond at the end of right before the green, and these 2 guys are just flying down a hill, and the cart gets wet and the wheels are wet,
Uh-oh.
and they go to try to turn in front of the pond, and it doesn't happen. They just went straight in, and we're yelling from the
God.
tee box, jump out, and they didn't jump out either. I don't understand it. They just went
How deep was the water?
I don't know if one of them was a captain in real life, and he was like, I just got to go down with this.
Gotta go down with
I
this
gotta
shit,
down with the
baby.
golf cart. Or
I gotta save my clubs.
I know they were older guys. And
They just panicked, maybe, huh?
it was so funny. We went rushing down there to make sure they're okay, and they were just so.
Did they know how to
it was
swim?
just-
No, they drowned.
Did you have to pull him out?
No,
wanted to tell you the
the
end of
pond
the
was like
story.
the pond was like this deep, and it was just. But
Oh,
they
well,
were
that
just
takes the fun out of it.
they were just absolutely
They drowned,
covered.
sorry.
They were covered in mud from head to toe. They had just plunged in, and it just went bloosh all over them. And I'm like, you guys mind if we play through? Like, you guys all right? All right, good. We're gonna hit and play
jump
through
in front
now.
of you. Something tells me you're not going to be ready.
Yeah. And one day I'll tell you the story at Campbell's one time where unfortunately people passed away and the guys were playing with them and they were like, "Yeah, can
Oh,
we
that
keep
was a
going?"
sad
And I'm like,
day, yeah.
Really? Dude, the guy just died.
I remember you telling me about that.
No negative stuff today though. We're gonna
Yeah, good.
keep it all positive. So we're not gonna go too long today because I wanted to give you a little flavor of what we're gonna talk about, and that's pretty much covered everything that we're going to talk about. Like I said, we're going to go to Wentworth Golf Club in Jackson, New Hampshire. We're going to
We
go to
had
North
dinner there.
Conway
It
Country
was
Club.
beautiful.
Yeah, great hotel, great resort. Really cool spot, especially if we can get there when the leaves are changing and stuff like that, just so you can get a taste of that. But we're also going to go to one of the most popular golf courses in New England. If you look it up on Google, they're in like the top 5 or 6 most popular golf courses. Is Campbell Scottish Highlands right here in Salem.
Really?
So we're going to highlight that golf course and show you it's a great beginner's golf course. It's a great open course.
Really is.
Really nice, good, friendly, good food there too afterwards. Nice little clubhouse, old farm turned into a golf course.
No, it's a beautiful spot.
Yep, it's going to be great. And, Merrimack Golf Course right across the border in Methuen is another great spot. They've got a great restaurant there that we're gonna focus on.
Oh yeah, I like it there.
And I played there for years when I was younger because we lived right near it.
With your dad, right?
Yeah, with my dad. My dad was a member there for years. And
Oh,
now
that's
they've
right.
redone it. They did a beautiful job redoing it, but they kept that Don Ross field. We're going to hit a few of those Don Ross courses. There's quite a few of them around. He was a golf course
I was
designer.
going to say, who's Don Ross?
Yep. Well, then I will answer you. Go ahead, say it again.
Who's Don Ross?
Don Ross was a golf course designer about late,
should know this.
early 1900s or so, and he actually did design Merrimack Golf Course and a few others.
Wow.
There's one in Boston that we're going to go to in Hyde Park.
Awesome.
That's a public golf course that they redid that. It was getting a lot of play, but
They're typically better than the Bob Ross designed
Yeah.
courses. A little tree over here, fluffy little cloud.
magic white.
Well, I better get
Oh,
all
that
my
sounds
weekends
fun.
off then.
Go
No
see.
working for me.
Yep, no working. No more working for anybody who wants to join us either. If you want to join us, feel free to join us. We're gonna try to get as many foursomes as we can.
I
We
can't
wanna,
wait.
We want to support these local golf courses, and hopefully we can get this thing with some momentum, and you guys will enjoy your time with us, and we can enjoy our time with you. Share your stories with us. We're on Facebook at Golf is a 4-letter word. We're also on the YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I also have
Awesome.
a Golf is a 4-letter word email. It's Craig at 4golf, F-O-R-E, golf.club. So I came up with that
I was
little.
hoping you didn't use a different 4-letter word. That's very
Yes,
respectful.
I
of you.
was. Yes. We
Yes.
will be using lots of 4-letter
Very
words.
respectful.
Sometimes they may slip on this podcast. So if anybody's offended by that, I'll have Ben. do that.
Words like drat and
Drat,
shoot.
Yes. And
Shucks.
And
Oh, no, that's
darn.
5.
Darn.
I'm
Maybe
going to say,
6.
darn it.
darn. Yeah, I like darn. Darn. People don't use darn.
That's the one I use
enough.
when I really hit a bad shot. Is darn.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
It really seems to get like all your frustration out, doesn't it? Like when you're like, it's all building up and you're like, darn. And then you're like, oh my God, I feel so much
I feel
better.
so much better.
I
I
do.
really released all that tension.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like I just had a
Darn
massage. Dag nabbit. Dag nabbit's another one too.
Yeah.
But that's not a 4-letter word. That's like 8. I
I
think.
can't even think of one.
So my wife has a lot of them that she uses.
Yes.
And they're all very rated cheap.
One begins with F. I know that
Yes.
one. And it doesn't end with O-R-E.
See,
Yes.
she needs to be here
Yeah.
to defend herself.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Well,
One of these days she'll be.
She will. We'll figure it out. We'll have Ben work on her because she's really public speaking kind of thing.
Oh,
She's a
public
great
speaking
golfer,
is really
too.
Yeah.
her forte.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got passion. She golfs well.
Every year she does the Gettysburg Address in front of everybody on July 4th. She goes back down to Gettysburg and dresses up like Lincoln.
She's
She
gonna
starts
kill
with
you.
going 4 score and 7 years ago.
4 score. So the other thing that we're going to do every week, we're going to get you a golf quote, right? We're going to get a golf quote every week from there's some great golf quotes from Jack to Arnold to Ben Hogan.
Jack.
Don't forget Phil. I love Phil.
Yeah.
I'm lefty. you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, that's right. He's lefty. Oh my God.
There
I
you
played.
go.
Was it you, Pete? I played with you, Pete,
Yes.
and Josh, and it was
Two
me, one righty, and then I had 3
Right.
lefties
They're all lefty?
playing with
Wow.
me, and I'm like,
How does this happen?
wow. And the sad part is that there's like not a lot of golf courses that are lefty friendly. Like lefties
Tracy's
really.
righty, right?
I hate to say it, but lefties do have a more difficult time playing golf. than-
That's my problem.
that's what it is, Nate. I've just solved it for you in 1 second.
Phew.
Darn it.
We're
I
gonna.
thought I sucked.
Well, you're a builder, so
Shucks.
you can build your own. We'll build you a lefty golf course where everything goes
There you go.
dogleg
There's a
left.
lefty golf course around. Where is it? Yeah, I'll think about it for the
Okay,
next time.
next week.
We'll have to go there.
Next week, Nate will tell you of one lefty golf course for you southpaws out there that you can go visit. So the quote of the week this week is from. I had to do Caddyshack, and Ben's got it perfect. Ben's got it queued up for us. It's from our favorite judge, Judge Smales.
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat.
Can you work on that laugh for us?
Oh, I'll try.
That was a great laugh.
I can't tell you.
It really
I,
was.
I mean, was there anybody funnier than Ted Knight? I mean,
No.
No, he was great in
the
that.
guy was so talented. He out of all the characters, I took to him my favorite because he just reminded me of my grandfather who had that air about him, like but
Did he have a laugh?
I
like
love
that?
no, nobody has a laugh like that. I'll try my best, Ben, but I don't know if I can do the judge. No, the judge is just. I mean, think of the people that were in that: Chevy Chase and Ted Knight and Bill Murray, and what's the kid who played the main character was Danny. His name was Danny, but I don't remember his real name.
Yeah,
we'll look it
It's a
up.
great
But
movie.
I mean, so many people can relate to that movie in so many different ways. And then we can talk about the worst golf movie ever, right? Which was Caddyshack 2. So Caddyshack regular was the
Sorry.
worst. If you ask any pro golfer what their favorite golf movie is, most of them are going to say Caddyshack. And then if you ask most people what their worst golf movie is, they're going to say Caddyshack 2.
Tin Cup was good.
Tin Cup was great. We're
a
going to
great
do a
movie.
show on that. We're going to do a show on your favorite golf movies. We're going to do
Kevin
a show
Costner,
on
right?
our favorite golf places in
That's
the
a great
wintertime.
movie.
We're going to do our top 10. We're just going to focus on all the fun that we're having and we're going to have over the next few months. So, tune in and look forward to seeing you guys on the United Podcast Network. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.